Alright, so welcome back. Here today we're talking about Aquamarine Helm. At the time of recording this video, we're about 20-ish, 25-ish, 24, about 24 hours until she actually releases. I think it's like, again, my time, 1 or 2 or 3 tomorrow. I have no idea, actually. I'll check. But let's just say 24 hours, right? Here today, we're going to jump into this, talk about this real quick, and see what's going on with this character, and again, why she might be important, and why you might not actually need her. Today, let's jump into it, and let's have some fun with this, and some changes that kind of went on, just so you are aware, because the game actually displayed a wrong kit, because they forgot some words. I don't know how they did that, but they did. Let's jump into it. If you're new to the channel, like and subscribe, helps out a ton. Let's check it out. So, first thing, this is the entire kit over here. This is the correct kit. What you may have seen in-game is a little bit incorrect because they forgot like a few words there, which changed the kit entirely. It randomly says like deals 131% of attack in game. It's supposed to say final attack. I don't know if that ever got patched up. There has been an update, so it should have got patched up. But if you were reading it originally in the game version had it incorrect. It was not going to be attack. It is final attack. All right. So similar to most of the kits that we really have, final attack's what they do. And again, it for some reason wasn't correct because they forgot the word final. So it changes the kit. Given that's not what it meant. It meant final attack. So it's going to be final attack that will be activated, and that is how the kit is going to be structured. So again, this image is the correct one. Not the one in game, so keep that in mind. All right. Next up, they also had another change. If you didn't already see it, if you know her standing animation, it did get edited to where. So originally, I don't know if it was a bug or I don't know if it was purposeful. But first off, if you try to search Nikke on Twitter, apparently they're search banned because something they posted, and I wonder what the post was, and I think it was this because I searched for Nikke the day after, the day before, and it worked. The day after, when the entire drama came out, it was like, what happened, right? People realized that they deleted the original tweet. This was the original, or this is the new tweet, right? There was an original tweet to this, where they actually, how do I describe this to you in like the most sane way possible, right? So when the water gets splashed, correct? Her underclothes, right? They shift left, and you know the company's name is Shift Up, but they shift left. And when they shifted left, things were put out there. So that's what happened. They changed it, right? So now it doesn't shift anywhere. I don't know even how do you do that? That means you animated it or not, right? That means you purposely animated it that way. But then when it was too much, you said, all right, let's get back to what it was, right? I'm talking about the bottom half, by the way, if we can't already tell. How do you do that? How do you, like, genuinely, again, I don't have the original video, nor will I show it to you. Yeah, that's what happened. So keep that in mind. If you saw that original one, you're like, damn, no way they're doing that. Yeah, they're not doing that, so just that's a lie, okay? Do not look at that. That is not how they're going to approach with the character. What you see now on the Twitter is basically what it is, all right? Keep that in mind. Okay, so I don't even know how you do that. How do you mess that up? That means you animated it the way you wanted it to be. You just changed it later on. Like, how do you, is that a glitch in the animation? Like, whoops, it went left, and not our fault. But yeah, that's literally what happened. So keep that in mind. But again, the one that's on Twitter right now is currently the correct one. Again, this is the correct kit also on Twitter. That's the first thing, right? Now, the importance of the character is what I kind of want to stress, right? So it can be important for you, and it also can't be. Want to hear why? Because first, the multipliers on her kit are not the best. They aren't, right? You looked at Summer Niche, she has like 300% multipliers. That is why she's doing so much damage. That multiplier is nuts, right? Here you're hitting 131, a final attack after you land 30 normal attacks, which will take someone up to like, what, 5 seconds basically to kind of fully get rid of the clip. We'll see how her fire rate is, but I think it's about 5 seconds, right? Or maybe it's some range, right? But again, 131 is what the percentage is. With Anise, it's like 300. That's why when she bursts and it's like one bullet, you're getting like 10 of those things in 10 seconds. Every second, you're getting one bullet off, which will cause 400% almost attack damage increase, or like final attack, right? So it's big, yeah? Multipliers here aren't looking too great, but this, once the cooldown burst drops by 1.8 seconds, 2.2 and 2.6, this is where the kit kind of shines. That's what we're aiming at, right? Because any CDR unit can be very good, which is cooldown reduction. So because of that, if you look at it right here, right, we have Dala. That's why we say, oh, she's just a basic Dala, correct? Because again, it's the same percentages, if you will. Again, the difference with Dala compared to this character is this part over here is good. This part is only electrocode. This part is only electrocode, all right? That's the first thing. Second thing, if you look at, like, again, Dala again, attack for everyone, critical rate here, this up for everyone, affects all allies, okay? Affects all allies over here. That's kind of, it's more, if you will, a less selfish kit, more open than it is a niche kit. That's why people are like, oh, she's just a worse Dala, if you will. But the point of importance is that Dala is one CDR reduction unit, right? That's the whole thing. I said CDR reduction, whatever. CD reduction, right? Then there's Dorothy, another CD reduction unit, right? Then there's Litter, another CD reduction unit. Then there's Sakura, right? Sakura is the unit people are looking at as the replacement. We're going to replace Sakura now with this new brand new character, which is going to be the cool thing, because again, over here you have a character that is a burst type 1. Now we can replace this team, because this was like for Solar Raid, people are using a CDR unit. They can replace her with a different burst 1, swap in her as burst 2, and then make it work. Again, Volume, also another burst 1 unit that is, again, a CDR reduction unit, right? Or when I say CDR reduction, I mean cooldown reduction. So keep that in mind. This is the part of her kit, correct? So every character in the game right now that has this entire gimmick is going to be a pretty good character, right? For that reason, okay? Which is, again, why people are using these characters. And this is mainly for Solo Raid and Union Raid, right? Because you need a character, or you need, on most teams, to at least get that burst often. And because of that, these units are becoming more and more popular for whales and people who are competing in those Solo Raid or Union Raid categories. So if you plan to actually take that seriously, maybe just getting the one copy is only worth it for you. Again, I think that this character, for what her values are, you don't have to actually kind of core her at all, or get any dupes at the capacity, right? Just pull the one copy and use that here and there as your main, because it's not your DPS unit. You're not using it for that. You're just using it to bypass this thing here and use that at full capacity. I do think she'll be a pretty strong character for Union Raid and Solo Raid use cases, because again, you want to formulate multiple teams, and the real characters you have right now are Dala, Dorothy, Litter, Sakura, Volume. Don't know if I'm missing any. Probably am, but this is most of them, right? So at that capacity, replacing a character like Sakura or Volume can be a great thing. But again, being in that burst 2 slot makes up a lot of kind of team comps here. I know people are also complaining about the team, about the fact that it is a burst 2, but I think that it could work. It could work, right? But again, tomorrow we'll do the testing and see how it goes. So again, that's where that currently lies, and that's where the kit is currently being pushed as okay, just because we're kind of isolating one part of her kit, being the kind of cooldown burst reduction, which is again going to be a pretty powerful thing in more so Solo Raid and Union Raid content, right? Again, I don't know if they're going to stress this more often, which we'll see in the future of the game how that approaches it, because maybe they do stress 5-team comps, right? More teams, because again, it's going to happen as more units release. Maybe they want to stress that, and again, maybe if this is the best burst 2 slot unit for Electrocode, right? Add this onto your team and kind of buff Electric even further. Maybe like Mother Whale is going to be like a important thing, or other bosses like we have Kraken newly introduced, and as time progresses, they push this more mono element team to kind of shatter some content. We don't know. So it might be a good pickup, but not definitely a needed pickup, as why I stated in the title and whatnot. Again, you have Dala, correct? Yeah, that's one. That's a replacement. You have Dorothy already kind of sufficing, if you will, as a burst down. You have Litter already. You have Sakura already. You have Volume already. So you have your replacements, if you will. You don't need the character, but definitely it could be a great pickup. And for long form, it could kind of help you. But again, we'll have to do the testing to see how she actually holds in a capacity. I do think she's a powerful character, and I do think that she has potential. Are there any other characters that I'm missing that have cooldown reduction? Cooldown of burst skill here drops, right? But then again, that's good. That's her own thing. Never mind. But I think that's the only real characters we kind of have right now, right? If I'm forgetting any, please, I definitely might be, but I want to just pick the ones that I remember clearly. So that's where we currently stand. That's where it is. Again, keep in mind, make sure to read this kit. This is the correct kit in game. If it still doesn't say final attack, it's meant to say final attack. That is what her buffs kind of cause. So again, percentages, if they were a little bit higher, definitely could have been a much stronger character. But I think that she has potential, and she'll kind of release to be pretty good. I don't think broken. I might be wrong though. But I will definitely say like. Top of A tier, S tier around character. I don't think she can be lower than that, but again, we've definitely been shocked before. So we'll see what happens tomorrow. That's basically it. Quick little video here to give you some important things over here. Some of the changes to keep in mind, and yeah, she's important for some of us, but not for all of us, right? You can definitely look away from this banner and replace this character with Dala or any of the other, again, CDR units, which again, definitely is fine. So keep that in mind.